This is the video for Monday, March 1st. Bell work for today. What does it mean to be financially responsible? Before you do that, I want to let everybody know that I've been noticing that a lot of people have been failing to answer some of the questions in their notes that are questions that come out of your own brain. And so people are only copying the things in the notes down. I want to make sure that we're not doing that. I'm going to start taking points off if I see too many questions that you are not answering. And that is because these things are questions about you. They're questions where I want you to use your own judgment, your own reasoning, your own experience, and your own brain to come up with these answers, your own critical thinking skills. That's what we're trying to develop here. And so that's why I am doing it this way. So some of the things, especially in today's lesson, are going to be questions about you. And so you're going to have to dig deep into your own brain to answer them. So what does it mean to be financially responsible? That is an example of one of these questions. You answer it, you tell me what you think it means to be financially responsible. All right, so we're going to start out with describe a big purchase you've recently made. What was the purchase? What decisions and research went into it? Are you still happy with your purchase? Answer these questions in your notes. If you were in class, you discuss with a partner, but go ahead and pause the video for a minute so that you can answer these questions. What strategy that your partner could have used to make a better purchase? And if you're at home watching this, then what strategy do you think you could have used? Be honest with yourself. Think about what maybe you could or should have done differently that could have maybe saved you some money. And then what would happen if you didn't have a spending strategy? So far, every question that I've asked you here is a question that there's no notes. You just have to answer it on your own. So go ahead and pause the video for as long as you need in order to do that. So not having a spending strategy could lead to spending beyond your means. We're talking about more this week why it's important to make sure that we don't do that. But spending beyond your means is something that is, spending within your means is something that's going to be key and vital to building wealth. Okay, so I will tell you about a purchase that I recently made. This should say last year because I made this last year, but I purchased a rowing machine. This is a picture of the rowing machine in my garage. This is a Nordic Track rowing machine, and I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. So the question of what decisions and research went into it, I actually spent a ton of time researching. I spent a ton of time learning about all the different types of rowers. I learned that there are three main types: one with a fan, one with a that's magnetic, and another one there's actually has a tank of water, and inside the water there is an oar that moves as you pull in and out on that rowing machine. Okay, I looked at all kinds of different things. I tracked prices. I figured out what are the good brands. The good brands are Nordic Track and Concept, or Concept 2, which is their most recent version. I looked at all of those things, and I just continually checked and checked and checked the website as Facebook Marketplace until I found something that I think is a really good deal. And I just got lucky to find this one. It was some old lady in Spartanburg who was selling it, and it turns out that she can't use it anymore. So she's getting rid of it. There's nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly fine. And I bought a $900 rowing machine for $200. Now, one of the things for me that made this purchase a little easier is based on all the research that I had done, based on the fact that I could just kind of glance at the page full of rowing machines for sale on Facebook Marketplace, I knew that even if I didn't like the rowing machine for whatever reason, maybe it's not the kind of workout that I thought it was, or maybe I just don't have space for it, or maybe I just never use it, whatever it is, I knew that I could turn around and then sell it for double or even triple the price. Usually things on Facebook Marketplace are, if they're in good condition, they're selling for 50 to 75% the original price. And if you want 75%, you've got to post it, you got to wait a little while longer, but you can still get 75% of the original price. And so I'm looking at $500 to $700 to resell this thing that I bought for 200 bucks. So I feel like the fact that I had all of that time and research and energy put into that made me feel really good about it. It made me feel like I was able to be comfortable with my purchase, even if I don't use it, even if it's $200 down the drain. Well, I know that I can turn around and sell it for more than that. So I felt pretty good about that. And for me, $200 is a big purchase. You know, I have things that I might purchase that are bigger than $200, but for me, $200 was a pretty big purchase. And the bigger the purchase, the more research that I'm going to put into it. I'm very happy with my purchase. I bought this right before the world shut down a year ago, and so I was able to use it during quarantine, and so that was pretty helpful for me. Okay, so the last thing for today, I'm going to have you ask your parents the same questions you discussed with a partner in class today. What was the big purchase? What decisions and research went into it? And are they still happy with the purchase? Why or why not? And I think it's important that we bring your parents into this discussion, because I want you to work with your parents to try to figure some of these things out, try to figure out some important spending habits and things like that, because being able to research things and the financial decisions that you're making are going to be very, very helpful for you. Come to class tomorrow prepared to share what the purchase that your parents made was, and then the answers to those questions.